great that you could join, and because we're all in the same situation, right? I mean, since February, March, maybe some early April, but most cases February, March, we're all in various stages of lockdown. And the funny thing is, as a result of that, we have all suddenly become members of one virtual team or of a range of virtual teams. Now, Stephanie, you're not just a leader or a member of many virtual teams. I know that because we're in some of those together. You're currently also actually not in Switzerland, not in Europe. You're currently in New Zealand. What's the story?
That's right. That's right. And because it's night here, I decided to at least bring you the nice background by the means of technology, and give you a clue of where I am here in Auckland. The main difficulties is unfortunately exactly these points that would be so necessary these days. They say it's so difficult to unite everybody behind a common goal. And the second is what the organizations tell me is we have been process oriented. We were tracking working hours of our employee, and all of a sudden we should let them go wild, and going from being process oriented to being goal oriented, and worst of all, trust them that they do their job at home. And it's really interesting to see how much they struggle with just letting them go loose.
That's maybe the first paradox. We feel we're efficient, but we actually don't know how to measure and manage efficiency. The second is we've identified the issues of distance and communication technologies and the fact that they are intertwined. And we can find that a lot of virtual team members have gotten used to working with colleagues at different locations, even like you and me, Stephanie, in different time zones. The communication technologies are there, even if they're not necessarily perfect, or often they're not perfect. But in the end, Andreas Lermer said it, nothing beats physical proximity. On the one hand, a lot of respondents indicate they're happy about this increased flexibility. They no longer have to commute, which is a relief for many of us. We have more time for our families. But at the same time, that leads to growing feelings of uncertainty. It leads to a lack of purpose, or a feeling of a lack of purpose. So, Stephanie, can you help us out? What are your maybe 3 tips for virtual team leaders and for virtual team members?
Number 1, make goals and roles clear. And it's actually even more important these days, focus on purpose and focus on vision. Take where you can the emotional temperature of your team, because by that you reduce the feeling of isolation and related mental health issues, of course.